very short survey. I'm going to ask you some very simple questions. Actually, English is not my first language. My mother tongue is G, or Yaka language, because I'm from Ghana. And English is my second language, German is my third language, and Chinese is my fourth language. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Between these 1, 2, 3, 4 categories, if you are the first category, that means your English is between 2 to 4. I want you to raise up your hands. 2 to 4, that is not very good. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. 5 to 7. Mama Hoho. Yeah, 5 to 7. Just so. All right. And now we'll move on to 8 to 9. Very good. 8 to 9. 10. So just a few of you here can speak some English. Can you understand what I'm saying? Or you want me to speak? Men shall show my ear for the J thing. All right, then we move on. I'm going to introduce myself very briefly. My name is Larissa Pia, but you can also call me Khalid. I'm from Ghana in West Africa. I actually grew up in a very small town called Abuso in the eastern region. And I'm currently doing my master's degree in computer science. And I'm very passionate about creating globalized businesses. So I deal in exports and import and export trade. What you say, why not, right? Yeah. So I'm going to tell you a brief introduction about my country. My country is Ghana, and we are located on the west side of Africa. We are known for so many things. We have beautiful cultures, beautiful landscape. And when we talk about the culture, we have beautiful clothes. This is how we do our wedding tradition. We have very, very special way of having our wedding ceremonies. This is how we usually dress for special occasions. You can see the men in traditional clothes. We have beautiful resorts where you can go to relax. We also have very delicious food. These meals are very So this is called gobe. Gobe. Let me hear gobe.
I can see general fries.
Gobe. Ampesi. Jollof.
Nigerian giraffe.
Ghana jollof is the best.
No, Nigeria is the best.
And this is what we call fried rice, or you normally say chow fry. Yes. And then we also have very people. We are very small country, so we pride ourselves in our community. Now let's move on to why I'm here to talk to you about career path. Actually, this big man, whether it's my father. After I graduated from high school, I went into the family business. You know, in Ghana, we are known for gold, right? Cocoa, silver, bauxite, diamond. So I started a gold business with my father, which is gold mining. Well, we're doing mining gold, so you can see lots of kilograms of gold. So we do export them to other countries. This is a very good job, right? You can make a lot of money. So why do I need to go to school? It's unnecessary. I can just stay home, make some gold, sell, buy some cars, buy beautiful homes, live a very extravagant life. But I chose a different path because I wanted something different. I wanted to explore my passion. I wanted to learn new things. So I chose to travel. Embark on a very special journey to Asia, specifically to China. So in 2019, I said goodbye to my parents, a beautiful mom and siblings. Then I left Ghana to come to China. When I came, I had a very great anticipation of our Chinese culture, because I know Chinese food was very delicious. I wanted to try them so bad. The beautiful mega cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, Hangzhou, and also the beautiful landscapes. So I thought that China would be the best destination for me to come because the culture, the Chinese culture is very special. You have over 5,000 years old culture, right? Yeah, so I think that it is one of the most special cultures to learn if I wanted to come to Asia. That is why I chose China. So when I first came, I knew that the first thing I learned was one sheet. That is creating relationships. Because in China, you pride yourselves on relationships. That is who you know and who can help you to achieve or get something, right? So the first thing I did was to create relationships. So that was my first Chinese friend who introduced me into the car business in China, automobile. I actually met him on a train when I was going from Guangzhou to Mukla. And these were some of my classmates who usually helped me. The first time I came to China, I couldn't speak Chinese. So they helped me, creating my bank account, doing my registration, and so on. My first family, Chinese family that I visited for the Chinese New Year holiday to celebrate, to have New Year fun, right? Yeah. And our amazing teacher, yes, Bo Lao Shi, who, was one of the amazing teachers that I met here in Yeshida. He really, really helped me in so many ways. And my amazing Yeshida family. So this was what I prided myself in, relationships. Okay, creating harmonious, genuine relationships with people in your circle. Because you don't know whom you're going to meet or who is going to help you to achieve what. Because most of you here you are all freshmen, right? Freshmen. So that means you just graduated from high school. Yeah. How many of you still talk to your high school classmates? Or your high school teachers? Maybe just a few, right? You've probably forgotten all your friends back in high school. And now you're creating new friends in university. And that is what we call moving forward, or the growth of relationships. So even though you had very good friends in high school, now is the time for you to create new relationships because you have yourself in a very different environment. You understand what I mean? So relationships are very important. Some of my experiences in China, I've been to more than 15 cities here in China. Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Beijing, Shanghai, Changsha, Nanjing, maybe all the cities in Zhejiang province, because I love traveling. And I went to Taizhou, as you can see the island, Taizhou, recently. So I like to explore, learn, meet different people, try different foods, music, and so on. Some of my achievements so far, I actually participated in a sports competition, and I won a gold medal in the shot put. I also got an opportunity to do my internship at China Mobile as a back-end developer because I was into computer science. And in 2014, which was last year, I graduated with my bachelor's degree. So I have an extensive knowledge on what I'm doing, where I came from, and where I am now. Because in 2019, when I came to China, I had no idea that today I was going to stand in front of you or to give a speech about my experience, and also to guide you or to give you some advice on how to choose your career path. So I feel like every single moment of your life counts to make sure that you live it very fulfilling. Now let's move on to the main topic for today. Career. What is career? A lot of people confuse thinking being a doctor is a career. Being a lawyer is a career. Being a teacher is a career. Well, that may be true, but there are processes to becoming or to achieving these careers. As you can see, it has to do with perseverance, your goals, your skills, education, your ideology, your vision, your mindset, being in constant awareness, and also the value for your skills. Because what are you currently studying? What is your major? Remember drawing instructor. So it means to teach Chinese as a second language?
Not that Chinese.
I can't hear you. Yes, we teach Chinese as a second language, right, to foreigners. That is a very valuable skill because China is expanding its reach in the global markets. So being able to use your skill as people who can speak Chinese and then use the English language to bridge this gap is very essential. How do you manifest the skill? Because after you graduate, you just want to go sit in the classroom and teach Chinese, or you want to explore ways that you can use your skills to gain more insightful experience, being it making more money, meeting new people, exploring different avenues such as trade, education, science. Most of you here haven't thought about this, but I know some of you have, because before you came here and you decided to think that, why did I choose this thing? Did my parents tell me to choose it? Was it a dream that I had? Was it because I think English is a very, interesting language to use to teach people Chinese? You all have your reasons for coming here to do this major. Some of you just chose it because your Gaokao score, this is what it would give you, right? Maybe your Gaokao score wasn't too high or something, I don't know. So choosing a career path is very, very important. So like I said, career is actually a long-term plan. Okay, imagine yourself on the road, heading to a destination. Any single step that you take is part of the journey. So, no matter what you experience, you either fall or rise up and learn from it. These processes are very crucial for us to get to our destination. If you want to be a doctor, what do you need to do? You need to learn hard, go to medical school for some years, graduate, and then learn in the hospital, and then pass your exams and become a doctor. This is the journey. Being a doctor is a profession. Helping patients is your job. So you see, one career has so many paths for you to achieve it. Now let me give you a story or an example, a scenario. Right? Let's meet our friend Lucy. So Lucy is a very beautiful baby. Born into a middle class family. Yeah, family. It's not too rich, not too poor, but it's average. Lucy has no idea what she wants to do. You can see that beautiful smile on her face. Now, when Lucy became of age, she told her parents, "Mom, I want to become a doctor. I think I'm interested in this career, and it's going to suit me very much." The parents were like, "Okay, if this is what you want, then we are going to help you." Okay, yeah, it's really hot. And I sweat a lot because I haven't had to bother you, but anyways, I'm going to stand up for you. Okay. Right, so Lucy was like, "Mom, I want to be a doctor." And the parents was like, "Okay, we're going to help you to achieve your dreams." They took her to the best schools, she learned hard, she passed the exams in the medical school, and then Lucy finally became a doctor. Interesting, right? That is what we call a linear trajectory to your career. It's just a straight line. You were born, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, and then you become this profession. That is a linear path. Most people, maybe just a few percentage of people in the world have this kind of path or opportunity. But most of us here do not. For example, our friend Mary. Mary in high school, she loved music. She was a guitarist. In fact, she and her friends started a musical band, like what you call Blackpink, right? In the South Korean pop music. She thought she was going to become a superstar and make a lot of money. But her parents were like, "Hell no. You are not going to do this job. You got to go to school, get your degree, and find a job." So this was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to go to law school, get my law degree, graduate, and become a lawyer." But after Mary started working, she realized that she wasn't happy. Life was hard. Even though she had a very good job, she was meeting people. She felt sad inside. She wanted to feel free to let herself loose. And what did Mary do? She became a chef. Very excited that, well, I love baking, so I'm going to start my own bakery shop. So Mary, who was a musical performer to a lawyer, and now she is a chef in her own pastry shop. Interesting, right? Now Mary is very happy, you can see on the face. So, now let's move on to the third scenario. I want you to listen carefully, okay? So the first scenario was with Lucy, right? The doctor. The second scenario was with Mary, who chose a different path to become a pastry chef. And now the next one is what we call Lily. So Lily is actually a student who really doesn't have, any idea what she wants to become. She's very smart, of course. She's intelligent, but she doesn't know what she can achieve, what she wants to do, what she wants to study. She's confused, always thinking. Be a scientist, maybe I want to be an engineer, maybe I want to be a philosopher, maybe I want to be a teacher, every day thinking about different jobs. Then finally she gets one job as a software developer in a very big tech company like maybe Deep Sea. And then she starts working. She's making a lot of money, but she's still confused. She thinks that, no, that's not what I want. And this pressure overwhelms her each and every day. She becomes so depressed, crawled in, very exhausted. So she just gives up and turns into a vegetable, sitting home, eating pizza, and watching movies. So these are the three scenarios that I want to give you. So right now, I want you to think for yourself, which of these girls are you? Which of these people are you right now? As you think about your life, career, you think about your education, are you Lucy? Are you Mary? Or are you Lily? I see you saying you're Lily, right? Yes. Most of us have no idea what we want to do. We are always confused thinking. But today we're going to have a discussion to know, at least try to understand what we can do so that we don't become Lily. What we can do so that we can be on the right path to achieve our career. At least something that makes us happy, like Lucy. Now let's move on to look at this famous tech giant, Jack Ma, right? You all know him. Jack Ma actually started, his career in a very interesting way. He actually failed his Gaokao, right, twice. And then when he got to college, he learned English. And then he came out of college, he started finding jobs, he couldn't get a job. 30 times he was refused. 30 times. So what kind of person is this? No job wants to hire him. Then he started teaching English in giving courses to foreigners in China, because that was when China was opening up to foreigners. Then he realized something. Wow, there's internet. So what can I do? I don't only want to teach English or take people on a tour. I can use these ideas to start a business, Alibaba. And now he became what? One of China's most famous billionaires, right? And that's his famous quote. He says, today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after will be sunshine. Very interesting. Another tech giant who is Lin Jun, right? I believe you all know him. So he had a very smooth trajectory. He was a software programmer, and then he went into tech, and now he's a tech giant. Interesting, right? You think it's very simple. Maybe he is like Lucy. Or maybe he's like Mary. Now let's see this guy. He's a very interesting guy. Lo Yong Ha. Right? Lo Yong Ha. He was an English teacher. Wow. I think English teacher are on the path to become billionaires. What do you think? Because most of the people that learn English turn out to become billionaires at some point in time. So this proves to show that learning English could be an opportunity for you to become a millionaire one day, right? So this guy actually started his career as a teacher. He taught for about 6 years. And then he was like, he wasn't any more satisfied with his job. So he wanted to do something more. He went into becoming a blogger around the year 2006 to 2009, right? Then finally he became an e-commerce live streamer. He says, as long as the direction is right, don't fear the distance. So what does this mean? So long as you have a goal, you have a vision, you know where you want to go, how to get there shouldn't be a problem. You just have to take one day at just simple steps. One day, one time. Okay, don't rush yourself. Just take it easy. So what have I learned so far? When I came to China, I couldn't speak Chinese. I didn't know a lot about Chinese culture, but I knew that I wanted to do business because both my parents are into business. So I was first in Wuhan. I lived in Wuhan in 2019, and in 2020, after the COVID-19, I came to Jinhua because I wanted to be closer to EU. You know, EU has, large international trade markets. So I moved from Wuhan to EU and to Jinhua to get closer to EU. Then I started to explore, what does EU have? What kind of opportunities? What kind of companies? What kind of jobs? Which people can I connect with? Then I was told Yongkan has a very huge factory that produces goods and hardware. So I went to Yongkan, explored Yongkan, and then realized that, okay, I can connect these two, do something and start a business. So I started a company with a few of my friends in EU to do import and export trade. But mind you, I was still a student here doing computer science. So it's completely different. So I'm like, who? Who do you think I am? The three girls. Mary? You think I'm like Mary? Yes. I'm on one career path and another simultaneously because I'm always trying to learn something new. That is why I'm saying experience matters. You have to make sure that whatever you do, you gain some experience from it. Don't just take it lightly. Don't just think that being here today is just for a class. No. Think of it as an experience that you're having right now to change your mindset, especially on what you want to become. Now my advice to you, building a career is very complicated. I don't have a solution. I don't know the answer. If I knew the answer, I wouldn't be here, right? So I'm actually here for us to discuss, share ideas. I give you my opinion, you give me yours, especially on what to do. So what I think that you need to do is be curious, ask questions. Most of you here want to teach foreigners Chinese, but how many of you here have foreign friends? You know why? Yes. Some of you here don't have foreign friends. Some of you cannot even speak to foreigners. When we approach you, my English is just so-so. All the time. You don't even try. But you want to teach us Chinese. So how are you going to create this relationship? Jesuit has a lot of foreigners, more than 1,000 students, foreign international students. You can meet someone, start a conversation, become friends with this person, learn. You understand what I mean? Don't just come to class only, listen to the teachers, go back home, do your homework, and then sleep. You wouldn't grow. But learning from your experience, meeting new people, trying to explore, that will give you the opportunity to become a better person. So that is to say, you need to build relationships. Relationships with your classmates, with your teachers. Get a mentor on campus. You can see Full of Share. He's always inviting foreigners to speak at this class. Why? Because he has built a connection with us all. So when he invites us, we feel honored to come and then give a speech. Invest in your skills. Don't just come here and then learn Chinese, learn English, and go. Learn a new skill. If you don't know what to learn an art. drawing, painting, singing, acting, speaking, like I'm doing. In fact, I'm a very shy person, or gender, right? I'm a very introverted person. But I like to put myself out so that what I can learn. Because I know that speaking can take me somewhere far. I know public speaking can give me more opportunities. So I want to improve myself. That is why I took this opportunity from full option to come here today. So build yourself, learn some skills, anything. Even if now AI is evolving, right? Learn a programming language in AI. Or just learn about AI. Just basic knowledge about AI. You don't need to go into depth about AI. How can you use AI to improve teaching foreigners Chinese? These are all things that you can explore. And maybe after high school, you can talk to a few friends, start your own company, how to use AI to teach foreigners Chinese. Build a model, train this model with your own data, right? These are all ways that you become valuable in the society. Another important thing has to do with mental health. Most people rarely talk about their mental health. You know, as people, we are just like, we are very soft. We are humans, let me say it this way. We all go through struggles. We all have days where we feel very beat down, very sad, very depressed. We have days where we feel so excited. We have days where we're just normal. However, this goes to show that in our daily lives, when we go through hard times, we need to find a way to vent. Find people to talk to. Maybe you feel like if you tell someone your problems, they're going to come back to you, right? So you want to keep your problems to yourself. Then find good friends. If it's not your good friend or close friend, talk to a teacher. You have so many good teachers here. You can see some of them. I'm sure. I'm going through a hard time right now. I'm finding it difficult. My courses are too much. I have a lot of homework. I don't have time for myself to go out with my friends. I'm feeling depressed. What should I do? The teacher will guide you, give you some advice. So you need to take breaks. Try to ease, the stress. All right? Don't always focus too much on studies all the time. I'm not saying you're the good students. What I mean is, you should balance your studies with your personal time. All right? Because taking care of yourself is also very important, especially your mental health. That is to say, you need to develop emotional intelligence. Be aware of your physical surroundings. Most of you here are on your phones, talking to your friends, doing your homework. You're not aware of your surroundings, right? You're not paying attention. Hello, gentlemen. You enjoying your chat with your girlfriend? That's nice. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that when you are in an environment, paying attention, you don't know what is going on around you. Don't get too focused in your phones, on your computers, on your tablets. It's good because I know you're trying to, multitask. That's fine. But you should try to pay attention once in a while, okay? This helps you to know or figure out what is going on around you, create self-awareness. And then the next thing I want to talk about is your dream. How many of you here wake up in the morning and remember what you dreamt about? To a mom. Right? You have a dream, you wake up and you're like, no, I need to go to school. Then you forget your dreams. This is not the kind of dream that I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that you want to achieve. Something that you want to gain, even if it's a month, a week, a year, 10 years, 20 years from now. Right? Right now, after I finish my talk. Public speaking was my first dream. Actually, I had a lot of dreams last year to graduate from school. I wanted to get my Chinese driver's license, and I got them because I was focused. I wanted to become a public speaker, so now I'm here speaking to you. And now my next goal is to lose weight. So I'm giving myself a few months, right? You think you can do it?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna try. At least just try. I'm not saying that you should force yourself too much, but you should just what? Try. Even if you fail, at least you've learned something. Because 100% of the opportunities that we lose are actions that we don't take. You understand what I mean? 100% of the opportunities that we lose are the actions we don't take. So don't just sit down and say, what's your GFA? And then you wake up in the morning, it's in chow fun, it's in karo, and you go to sleep without putting in the work, right? If you want to become a doctor, if you want to teach foreigners Chinese, put in the work. Do something. Don't just sit down every day. So this is the end of my speech. Thank you all for listening. And yeah, so if you have any questions, that is a very, very weird class, right? Are you not happy?
Yeah, happy.
Did you learn something? It's like you want to clap, but you don't know if you want to clap. It's like you're happy, but you don't know if you're happy. But anyways, so if you have any questions, that's my email, my phone number, my WeChat. We can talk, share ideas, discuss opinions. Maybe you have something that is on your mind, but you don't know how to start. You don't know how to go about it. Okay? These ways you can, learn something. So if you have any questions, we can talk. Do you have any questions? I've been speaking for almost 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Any questions? Okay. When did I come to China? Jinhua in 2020. Yeah, I came to Jinhua in 2020 after the COVID lockdown. Actually, I came here in July 2020. That was when we had some chance to travel after the COVID-19. So I've been in China for almost 5 years. Yeah. Any other question? Come on, guys. Don't feel shy. I won't bite, okay? That's really good. That's a good question. Actually, in Ghana, English is our it's our official language in Ghana. Okay? So in Ghana, we use English, in my country, we use English for all official business. Like, 普通话是中文的, right? 中国的, 我们的也是英文. So we use English in official businesses. So we learn English from 小学 to university. So we use English. So how I learned English, it was a very normal procedure, like how you learn 普通话, from parents, from friends, at school, with teachers. But the question you should ask me is, how do I learn Chinese? Because that is the most difficult thing. Like our friend said, when she came from Turkey, where are you from again? Where are you from again?
I'm from Tajikistan.
Again?
I'm from Tajikistan.
Can you say slowly?
I'm from Tajikistan.
No, you're from Tajikistan. Where is it at?
It's near to Xinjiang.
Oh, so you're on the northwest. Yeah, so she explained how she learned Chinese, right? How when she first came to China, she didn't know anything, but she took a year to learn. Learning the language has to do with so many things. First of all, you have to know why you want to learn this language. She wanted to learn Chinese because of the opportunities it could give her, especially when she went back home. You should have your own reason why you want to learn English. I had one student that was helping to prepare for his IELTS, Yasuo culture, and because he wanted to study abroad. Then I asked him, what do you want to go do abroad? He didn't know which country he wanted to go. He didn't know which major he wanted to study. He didn't know which university. So you first have to have a plan. Why do you want to study English? And then secondly, you have to put in the effort. Know your weakness. Know which language, which part. Whether it's vocabulary, grammar, fluency, pronunciation. Find out which ones are your weak points and focus more on that. You understand? And then practice everything. You practice by doing. Meet foreigners. Have a discussion with them. Ask them questions like she did. Right? This way could help you grow faster. Okay. Any other question? Last question? About Korea. Last question? You have a question? Any question? All right. Oh, yeah.
这个时间是你的一个学生已经直播上课，所以让他们看着。
My favorite city is by far Shanghai. Because the nightlife, I'm a person who likes to go out at night a lot. And Shanghai has the most amazing nightlife. Because there are also a lot of foreigners in Shanghai. So it's easy for me to have people so I can hang out with. So I think Shanghai, but when it comes to the city that I like to go to relax quietly, it will be Hainan. There's a resort in Hainan. Yes, Hainan. Very beautiful results. It's an amazing place. All right, so thank you all for listening. Once again, my name is Lawrence. If you see me outside, you can call me Khalid or you can call me King. And thanks for listening.